if someone does a complaint against you as the defendant, then what you need to do is turn around and make a claim as the prosecutor claimant in the same court and move it over to common law?
What you first do is you try to settle a matter on a private side out of court. You say, hey, why did you jump right to filing a claim or a complaint against me? Why didn't you allow this to be settled on a private side and keep it out of the public venue? Why? And then if they have like a date to appear in 30 days, you could just tell the person in a black robe who's hearing the matter, say, hey, we did not exhaust administrative remedies. I'm still working on this thing on a private side, and I want to keep my business between that party. I don't want a third-party interloper, like a man in a black robe, in my personal affairs with that person who believes they're in a contract and agreement with me. This is private. I don't want my dirty laundry aired out in the public. Give me time to work on the private side with these folks. And the judge can't move because, like I said, a simple one, if you folks want to see it, what I'm saying, you could go look under the Virginia Supreme Court rules. It's VSCR 7B, like Bravo, colon, and the number 4. And in a civil matter, unless all parties are ready to proceed, the matter cannot be moved through a court. It's that simple. So if you're not ready to proceed, you just say to your judge, I'm sure you find that local rule and local something in your state, stylize it like, or look at the Virginia Code of 1950 under the Virginia Supreme Court rules 7B, colon 4, in a civil matter. If the parties are not ready to be moved, they're not ready to move, you can't force them to move. So the judge can't say, well, it's 9:03. Are you ready to move? We're moving now. It's like, okay, you realize I'm relying upon this basic civil rule because we're civilized people. You can't force me to fight in the open public court. If I don't want to do dueling and dawn, I still think I have a remedy on a private side. Let me work it out with this man. And the judge will probably be the guy in the black robe. So I say, how much more time do you need? But you did it all in writing. You don't wait until you get in front of him and ask him for more time. I mean, technically you can, but put it in writing. And find the law or the rule that you're relying upon in your state. It says, I have time in a civil matter. Until all parties are ready to move, you can't force somebody to move. You can't force somebody to do something just because you have a contract with them. A husband can't force a wife to go to bed with her just because he's got a marriage contract. He can't say, hey, get your ass in bed. It's 9 o'clock. It's ready to move. Rock and roll. Let's get this on. He's like, no. Until I'm ready to move, you can't force me to move. We live in a civilized society. We're not caveman. You can't just drag her and make her do it. Same thing with the court. They can't just drag you in and make you do it. You can't do it. This is a land of consent. You can't do it. No man can force you to do something that you're not ready to do.